Hello friends, today's topic is Action Plan 1 Digital Economy. In this action plan, we'll be studying what is the issue related to digital taxation, what are the recommendations of OECD, and what are the corresponding India income tax provisions related to digital taxation. So friends, Action Plan 1 Digital Economy, Digital Taxation. Herein, the classic example would be taxation of Google, taxation of Amazon. These are e-commerce providers. One is providing online advertising and other is providing e-commerce services to various companies. So, to address the issue of taxability relating to digital taxation, Action Plan 1 has been introduced, wherein to understand the issue of digital taxation, I will give you a background. Let's take an example of Google, wherein their main source of income, you can say, is the online advertisement, wherein they are no doubt a search engine. However, companies are willing to pay them for advertising their brand name on the Google's homepage. So, the income of Google is mainly from such online advertisement. Now, if I see in normal terms, we can say normally if there would have been any physical location, then the taxability would have been determined based on the registered office of Google, wherein you can understand that if there is a physical location, then it is always easy to determine the taxability. But here you can observe that everything is on internet, everything is on cyberspace, and in that scenario, there is very difficult. It is always difficult. It will always be difficult to determine physical location of the entity of the Google entity and from which country they are earning the income is at times very difficult to trace out because of the digital presence of the services. So, in a nutshell, this is the issue wherein there is no physical location, there is only internet, there is only cyberspace wherein this transaction has been conducted. So this is a new, you can say, a business model wherein which is not addressed by the existing international tax law or domestic tax provisions. So to address this issue, Action Plan 1 has been introduced and OECD has recommended certain steps. Also, previously there has been, verdict, you can say, wherein taxability should be held where the server of the entity is located. The physical location of the server will be relevant for the taxing of the digital transaction. However, the MNCs have structured their transaction in such a way that the server, the physical location of the server is in tax haven, and accordingly, nothing will be taxable in the hands of the MNC company. So this is how they counter attack these provisions. They have legally done this, and the physical location of the server has been shifted to tax haven countries, and they were not paying any taxes. This was also the issue. So To understand further the background on your screen, Action Plan 1 Digital Economy. No link between income producing activity and physical location. So the physical location is based on the server of the entity, and the server is based in tax haven entity, tax haven country. And the producing activity, let's say Indian company has paid revenue to Google. Cut start. Indian company has paid revenue to Google. So the income producing activity has been from India. However, the physical location of the server is in tax haven country. Accordingly, there is no link. There is no link between the income producing activity country and physical location country. As per this action plan, physical and digital economies should be taxed at par. Physical taxation, it's simple, where you trade goods if it is sourced out of India, where there is physical sharing of goods or services. If the same is sourced in India, the same will be taxable in India. But in digital cyberspace, there is very cut start. But in digital cyberspace, it is very difficult to trace out from where the income has been produced, and accordingly, such difficulty. So, the recommendations of the action plan tries to bring physical location and digital economy at par. Physical and digital economy should be at par as per the BEPS action plan number 1. Physical location of the servers. So this is important. Physical location of the servers is not important, right? This we have discussed. Digital business thus challenges physical presence based permanent establishment rules. So while studying model tax convention, we will come across permanent establishment rules wherein taxation of a non-resident entity is determined through PE rules. For example of a company, Indian registered company, which is into Companies Act, registered as per the Companies Act, is always an Indian resident and accordingly taxed in India. However, what about non-residents? How the taxability is determined? If they are non-resident, then there are two concepts: business connection and permanent establishment. Business connection we have studied as per section 9.1, where it is a much broader concept as compared to permanent establishment, which is as per the domestic tax provisions of section 9.1, and permanent establishment is as per treaty, double taxation avoidance agreement. If a non-resident entity has a permanent establishment in India, then its business profits, which are attributable to Indian affairs, will be subject to tax in India. And for that, there are several criteria, in which one of the criteria is fixed place criteria. So there is a stress on physical location of permanent establishment. Physical location of the entity for the purpose of establishing whether there is any PE of the non-resident in India or not. If there is a PE, then business profit will be subject to tax in India, which are related to India business. If there is no PE, then no business profit are subject to tax. However, the existing permanent establishment rules does not specify anything on digital taxation. Also, few years ago, there was no such provision in the domestic tax provisions also, meaning the domestic tax provision similar to permanent establishment is nothing but business connection as per section 911. So it challenges physical presence based permanent establishment rules. This was the background of digital taxation and what are the recommendations of OECD in this regard. Modifying the existing permanent establishment rule. Yes, because it does not specifically cover taxation of digital economy. Also, apart from that, there is dependent agent P rule also, wherein if the foreign company is selling goods in India through an agent, which is wholly dependent on the foreign company, then PE will be established of the foreign company of the non-resident entity and the Indian portion will be subject to tax in India. So dependent agency rule is there. That also is not able to address the digital taxation because such e-commerce company, for example Amazon, they do not have any agent in India. For the purpose of transaction, you can see they do not have any agent in India. They are in transaction with independent agents, maybe, but not with dependent agent. So, through dependent agent PE rule also, they do not have any PE in India. Hence, there is a need for modifying the existing permanent establishment rule, which is recommended by OECD. A virtual fixed place of business P in the concept of P, virtual fixed place, meaning the digital space will be akin to virtual fixed place as per recommendations of Action Plan 1. Mind you, these provisions have been mentioned in the action plan, which to be covered in detail, it's not in a syllabus, but if you want to read it, it's available on the OECD website, wherein there are practices mentioned, which is cut start, which is supposed to be followed by the member countries, wherein they have addressed this issue of virtual fixed place business B or cut start or how to modify the existing PE rule. Imposition of a final withholding tax or imposition of equalization levy on foreign e-commerce provider. So, recommendations are suggesting that there should be a final withholding tax rate or a equalization levy by the member country on the e-commerce transactions. E-commerce transactions meaning a resident in India is paying to a non-resident e-commerce provider. To a non-resident foreign e-commerce provider, amount is paid by a non cut start amount is paid by a resident entity. In such scenario, there should be a levy of equalization levy or final withholding tax rate. So there should be measures. This is one of the recommendations of OECD. So three recommendations: modify PE rule, put in place virtual fixed place PE rule, and impose a withholding rate or equalization levy on the non-resident e-commerce provider. India taxation. So what is the India chapter or what are the provisions which have been put in place by Government of India to realign the digital taxation provisions with the international tax law? First is equalization levy. So, as recommended by Action Plan 1, Government of India brought in provisions of equalization levy through Chapter 8 of Finance Act 2016. So October 2015, you can observe that October 2015, BAPS action plan were introduced, and immediately thereafter, Government of India came into action, and in 2016, Finance Act 2016, equalization levy provisions were introduced, wherein 6% of the consideration 6% of the consideration received by foreign e-commerce provider, take an example of Amazon, fine. So 6% of the amount of consideration received by Amazon from a resident entity, from an Indian resident entity, or from a non-resident who has a PE in India, who has a permanent establishment in India. So the recipient is foreign e-commerce provider and the payer is resident, Indian resident or non-resident who has a PE in India. If these conditions are satisfied, then 6% levy of equalization tax will be levied on consideration paid. And you can see here that Chapter 8 Finance Act 2016, and there is no specific section in the Income Tax Act as such. Don't you think this is something different? This is because these provisions are supposed to be placed alongside the existing provisions of Income Tax Act, meaning you cannot bring these provisions in the income tax law. You have to tax it parallelly. You have to tax it independently. Accordingly, it has been mentioned separately in Finance Act only, meaning they are trying to suggest that this is not a sort of tax on the income. This is not sort of tax, but it is a levy. Even the wordings you can see, levy, equalization levy. So they're trying to suggest that this is not a tax but a levy which is governed by Finance Act 2016. Okay, so levy of 6% of the amount of consideration for specified services received or receivable. It will be nothing but online advertisement or any services related to online advertisement. So for equalization levy, you can take an example of Google, who are providing facility of online advertisement to a cut start online advertisement to their users. Okay, specified services as per provisions of equalization levy is nothing but everything related to online advertisement. And also there is a provision wherein anything prescribed by central government at a later point of time post 2016 will also get covered. And in fact, in Finance Act 2020, there has been amendment in equalization levy, which is not covered in our syllabus as such, but there has been further changes in the scope of equalization levy, wherein it has been significantly expanded. So you can understand that to address the digital taxation issue, Government of India has brought in provisions in its domestic tax provisions to address the issue of digital taxation. And by way of peer review also, this is monitored by OECD. So 6% on the amount of consideration for specified services received or receivable by a non-resident not having permanent establishment in India which is a non-resident foreign e-commerce provider, from a resident in India who carries out business or profession, or from a non-resident having a PE in India. So the payer is Indian resident or non-resident who has a PE in India, permanent establishment, and the payment is to non-resident not having any PE in India. Meaning of specified service: online advertisement, any provision for digital advertising space or any other facility or service for the purpose of online advertisement. Simple example, Google. Specified service also includes any other service as may be notified by the central government. Not applicable if amount does not exceed 1 lakh during the relevant previous year. So, a safeguard has been provided to small service recipients, wherein if anything they are paying to Google, for example, which the transaction value is less than 1 lakh, then nothing will be taxable, nothing will be levied under section equalization levy. Mind you, provisions of TDS will be applicable in that case, wherein applicable TDS, amount paid to non-resident, section 195 will be applicable, and applicable taxes will have to be paid based on the cut start, and applicable taxes will have to be paid based on the nature of transaction. So TDS will continue to apply, friends, in such a scenario where the amount does not exceed 1 lakh, and there will be no additional levy as such to small service recipients in such a scenario where the amount is less than 1 lakh. So relief is provided to small service recipients. Now friends, the second concept, apart from equalization levy, there was a concept introduced as significant economic presence. Now this is for Amazon and Flipkart, wherein the definition of business connection under section 911 was altered and digital economy, digital taxation was brought into picture. Significant economic presence was defined, which we will be covering in subsequent slides. Which we will be covering in the subsequent slides. So the definition, the provisions of business business connection was amended by introducing the concept of significant economic presence, which is related to digital taxation. And this is the definition of significant economic presence, wherein any transaction in respect of any goods, services or property carried out by a non-resident, keep Amazon in picture, any transaction in respect of goods, services or property carried out by a non-resident in India, including provision of download of data or software in India, you can say through Amazon app, and systematic and continuous soliciting of its business activities or engaging in interaction with users in India through digital means. So there has been interaction with Indian users via Amazon app. So this also gets covered. Condition being, for first one, the aggregate of payments arising from such transaction or transactions during the previous year exceeds the amount as prescribed, and users would be such numbers as may be prescribed. Friends, meaning of specific economic presence. You should be keeping in mind example of Amazon, and this will sort out things. As a background, prior to amendment of section 911, which is related to business connection, physical presence based nexus rule and activities carried through independent to dependent agent. So synonymous to permanent establishment. Even in business correction, cut start. Even in business connection, there is no provision to tax digital economy, digital transaction. Taxation was based on physical presence of the entity, or if the activities are through an agent. If the agent is a dependent agent, then there used to be a business connection, and accordingly income was deemed to accrue or rise in India. So prior to amendment of section 911, there were limitations. Thereafter, business models of digitized businesses do not require physical presence of itself or any agent in India, right? Finance Act 2018 amended section 911, which again you can see 2018. This is the period after October 2015 to be in compliant with OECD's BEPS action plans. So in Finance Act 2018, to provide that significant economic presence in India should also constitute business connection. And significant economic presence, we have discussed the definition in the subsequent slide. Additional notes. Only so much of the income as is attributable to such transaction or activity shall be deemed to accrue or arise in India. Similar to the concept of permanent establishment, wherein income attributable to the Indian affairs will be taxable in the hands of non-resident. Similarly, income attributable to the transactions which are in India, which are based out of India, wherein economic activity is in India, value creation is in India. Accordingly, that income only will be taxed in India. So friends, if you remember that tabular form, one of the three main pillars which will be applicable is coherence in this case, right? Such shall constitute transactions or activities shall constitute significant economic presence in India, whether or not the agreement for such transactions or activities is entered in India, or whether or not the non-resident has a residence or place of business in India or renders services in India. Meaning, when you purchase anything through Amazon, then you are the user. You do not enter into any agreement with Amazon prior to making any transaction or prior to making any specific transaction. So, note number 2 says whether or not any agreement is entered into by the non-resident e-commerce provider, and whether or not the non-resident e-commerce provider has any physical presence in India, because they are providing services through an app, through a server, which the physical location of the server is not in India. So the taxability cannot be denied only because the physical location of the server of the app is outside India. You have to determine where the economic activity has been generated. You have to determine where the value has been created, and it has been created in India, and accordingly it should be taxed in India. So such transactions or activities shall constitute significant economic presence in India, whether or not the agreement for such transactions or activities is entered in India, or whether or not the non-resident has a residence or place of business in India or renders any services in India. So friends, this concludes action plan 1, which is related to digital economy. Herein we studied the issue, the background of digital economy, and you can constantly move around the example of Google and Amazon for the same. OECD recommendations regarding the permanent establishment rule and regarding bringing in final withholding tax rate or equalization levy in the domestic tax provisions, in the existing tax provisions. And in this regard, two provisions have already been introduced by India. First is equalization levy, which is 6% of the consideration paid to the non-resident company, and the specified services are nothing but related to online advertisement, and the same is coming from the provisions of equalization levy are coming from Finance Act 2016 and not from Income Tax Act. And this is not a tax, this is a levy, equalization levy. Second concept is significant economic presence. Example that we took was of Amazon, wherein if you have significant economic presence in India, then it will be termed as business connection, and accordingly income which is attributable to Indian affairs will be subject to tax in the hands of the non-resident. Right, friends? This concludes Action Plan 1, Digital Economy. Thank you.